Dear Diary, today I have decided to drop out.
A lot of it comes down to societal views. A lot of these students are seeing television and the reality shows, and they're complexing all of these ideas of like, I don't have to go to college. So they're looking at it from a capital gain when it comes to money value rather than an educational gain in their brain.
I thought that I could become a successful nurse, but it turns out that maybe it is not for me. I am constantly stressed no matter how much I study. Nothing sticks with me. I am constantly failing my exams.
Number one word I would tell you would be priority. A lot of students have to realize that there's a priority to studying. And once they realize the priority to studying, then they can work with faculty, their staff members to help them study for those exams, to help them study for those finals and midterms. So I know priority is number one. The second aspect is looking at organizational skills. How are they organizing their studying? Are they going to class every time the class meets? Are they taking notes? Are they there to ask questions about what's going on in the class? Are they organizing their notes? Do they even have their textbook? Textbooks are very important. They think that they can get away with not getting that textbook and pass their classes. In the end, it really doesn't work. So I would just say priority, making sure they're organized, and do they have all the materials they need to be successful in that class?
I'm young, I want to have fun and live my life, but I also want to make good grades.
The biggest thing that I can say about time management is that there has to be a focus on knowing what you have to do and managing your time around that. Far as a tip, my biggest tip could be to keep a calendar, that outlines some of your biggest things that you're going to be doing. Don't have your calendar look ferocious. And what do I mean by ferocious? Like every minute, every second, there's something on there that you got to do, because that calendar becomes intimidating, because every time you're going to look at it and go, oh my God, I got to do this, I got to do that. But like your main ideas of what needs to be done in that day, put that on your calendar. That way you always got that reminder. What I love now is I keep every calendar information on my phone, and that's really nice because it'll ding and chime me and tell me, oh, don't forget you got this appointment, you got this aspect that you got to do that day. So just learning how to find a mechanism that can enable you to keep up with all your time.
Deep down, I don't want to give up. I've made it this far, and what am I going to tell my mom? She was so excited when I told her I was planning to be a nurse. All their effort to make me be here.
Students don't appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate gives this level of, they see what their parents are doing, or they see what other adults are doing to help them, but a lot of times they might not appreciate that value of what they've done. But I would definitely say that there needs to be a level of just appreciating, that there was sacrifices that made. What makes it interesting to note is that adults should also be able to tell students, these are the sacrifices, these are the challenges I made to get you to the level that you need to be at now. So a lot of times students just really need to understand and appreciate where they came from. Maslow's hierarchy of needs has 5 levels. Okay, the first one looks at the safety, security. So you're looking at this aspect of how does that person feel with being safe and secure. How are they with gaining all the resources that they need? That's the third. Then how are they gaining self-esteem? Okay, and that's the fourth. Then the fifth one is self-actualization. How are they actualizing all the wonderful things that they want to do in their life and be motivated? That if somebody is spending all of their time digging in the bottom 3, that is finding security. You know what I'm saying? Finding somewhere safe to live. They're dealing with money issues. They're dealing with food issues, they're dealing with their own educational problems, if they're still constantly digging around to get those bottom three, they never get to self esteem. You see what I'm saying? They never get to self actualize their life and understand what is valuable and what's important because they're digging in the trenches every day. Where am I going to live? What am I going to eat? Where am I going to go? How am I going to afford this? How am I going to afford that? If you got that, all three of those, then you're up there with this self esteem. And then you move to this self actualization where you say, life is good. I like my career. I like my degrees. I like my husband or I like my wife. I like my family. That self actualization, life is good. You still keep motivated, but you understand, okay, I can move on to the next thing.
But you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to be a successful nurse. I'm going to not just make my mom proud, but also myself.